Greetings. It is Friday evening again, which means another fun full weekend of enterprise building, and with the added extra benefit of Labor Day. So we've got a 3-day weekend. I'm hoping to knock this whole thing out and have it done by the end of Labor Day weekend. I don't know how feasible that is, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm down to painting and decaling now, and really that doesn't take all that much longer. As long as I can settle on colors before I start, I should be okay. A couple of things that I wanted to show you, and I'll zoom around to the model now. Here is an example of what I was talking about yesterday as far as using the positives to put your painting stripes in place. Now, here are the orange stripes. They are, well, they're supposed to be gray. They will be painted gray, but I put the orange vinyl on where I want the stripes to be, and that allowed me to, push them around, monkey with them a bit, and get them into the exact position I wanted them in. And now that they're there, I am going to use this as a basis to put painter's tape down along the top edge and the bottom edge, and in fact the back and the front, to mark out where the gray will be painted. And while I was there, I took the opportunity. I don't know how many of you folks out there use epoxy sculpt or epoxy sculpt. I find it to be a wonderful added tool for the toolbox. But I took the opportunity at the same time, while I had this area open, to go ahead and sculpt in some better joints. Now, it's still a bit rough. The epoxy sculpt is setting up, and then I can tool it a little bit after it's done. But there are a great number of things that this model, that the makers of this model got right. I mean, I'll give it a 95. But there are a few things that they got wrong, and one of which is this joint at the top of the nacelle. It is a lot more fluted and sculptural than you can make just out of the box. It actually needs to blend a lot softer than what they would have you believe. So I took some epoxy sculpt, and I rolled it into a long little snake, and I pushed it up into that joint, and I proceeded to smooth it out a bit. Now there's maybe I can get in on that one to show you. Come on, just focus. But you can see, and again, like I said, I'll sculpt it down a little bit more once it sets up a bit. But you need to make that joint a little bit more fluted and flary than the stark, part A into part B joint that they gave you. So while I'm going to be touching up the paint along this whole area of the saddle and the pylons, I'm going to take that opportunity to play with that joint a little bit and touch that up at the same time. Okay, while I had the epoxy sculpt out, and by the way, this is what it looks like. It's a part A, part B, even mixed stuff, made by Aves. Has the wonderful side effect of smelling exactly like buttered popcorn. So this is just an aside. So many things we work with are foul smelling. That's actually very good smelling. But while I had it out, I took the opportunity to dress up a couple more joints that should be smoother on the kit than they are, and they are both of the front joints here on both sides. Just a good chance to do it now. Of course, the agonizing thing about it is that it has to cure at least overnight. I mean, 12 hours, 24 hours cure time on it before you can really tool it, which plays holy nid with my patience issues. So I need to do stuff that is not going to stress those joints, and hopefully not even going to come in with too much contact on those joints. I still want to paint these stripes in, and I think I can do that and still be far enough away from that I won't molest the putty while it is, or the clay while it is setting up. So now that I've got those stripes where I'm happy with them, I'm just going to take some yellow painter's tape and mask off top and bottom, front and back, and get those ready to paint. And now you can see the result. The tape has been put around the four sides of the orange mask, and now to peel the orange mask out. And now we know where to paint the gray stripe. So I need to do this 3 more times for the inboard and outboard of both nacelles, and then I will commence with the spraying for this evening. Okay, here you can see the stripes all masked off. Shouldn't be a matter of a couple spritzes before they're all done. So that'll be the next step, and then we'll come back and take the tape back off. And voila! Nicely straight painted gray stripes that are more in keeping with the color that I would like, and are not the decals. So what I have yet to do is, I guess, go ahead and put in all of these plus the fins over on this other nacelle, since we know the procedure is good, and I also have to do the other 3 of those top things. And that's next.